All right, if I tore this down, you wouldn't believe me. We're gonna run this 461 and you should be able to hear the clackety clack that's going on in there. Well, we'll just cut right to it. Let's go. It's cold start. I fired it up the other day when he came by and he said, hey, it's making a funny noise. You want to check it out? And I fired it up and I didn't hear anything. Then I heard tink, 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 and it almost sounded like it was out of squish, you know, where the piston was actually making contact. But it fired up and ran. All right, that's on full choke. That's all I want to run it. I think the damage is already done. Let's take it inside and tear it down and see what's up. Before we get too deep into the tear down on this, I just wanted to show you something. You know, these HD air filters are really good, but they are not forever. Here, let me set it down and see if we can see some of the damage on this. You know, when you knock these things out on the job site, you know, you end up damaging some of the stuff if you get a little too ham-handed with it. Typically you want to see, you'll start to see the rubber seal here start to give it up, but I think, there it is. I think that's bent right there, and that's a problem spot. Let me show you. Now this is how it came to me. I didn't blow this out or knock it out or anything. There's your little baffle. And oh, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, but what he does have is a lot of dirt ingestion. So let me break this down. And I'm just going to pull the muffler and get the carburetor off here so we can pull off the cylinder live and show you what I saw through the spark plug hole. All right, I've had a few minutes to stew on this, and before I finish this video, I'm going to put this in the middle before I tear everything down. I think I have got my head wrapped around what's going on here. When I put this helicoil insert in, I have a feeling that this cylinder got scuffed up from a lean condition because it was leaking around the spark plug, and I replaced the piston, cleaned up the cylinder, and I believe that I may have gotten too aggressive cleaning up the plating, you know, cleaning the aluminum transfer up off the plating, and that's what got the chamfer to start letting go. So I'm going to warranty this one. I'm going to find them a used cylinder and throw a fresh piston in here. And hopefully the bearings are still good, and then I'm gonna let you watch the rest of this tear down. So there's my decisive feeling of what the failure really stemmed from. All right, let's dig in here. There's pond water, but it's gonna be one of the few times I ever say that had nothing to do with that. The plug's really wet, and I think that's just from the last couple of times. Here, let me get around the other side so I can see if that'll come into focus. So super wet there. I don't believe that it's out of tune. It's just from cranking it up and not getting more than just like a quick piss rev. The last two times it was ran, it was just on choke and fast idle and then shut off just like I did out there. There we go. This is a regular customer's saw. I have put a helicoil in the spark plug hole. We have one vibrate out. All right, grab a little pair of pliers and we'll get these off. I like working on, somebody asked me the other day what Okay, that'll actually come off. Okay. What I use for gasket maker, and here's what I've had really good results with. I like this. It's one of the few gasket makers that's rated for gasoline contact. The cool thing is because it's anaerobic, as soon as it's deprived of oxygen, it sets up. Cure time on that is in the minutes instead of hours. And you can always use every last drop of this. If you take it out and put some on the counter, it's in gel form, it will not set up. Again, it's anaerobic, it needs to be deprived of oxygen. And sometimes, you know, if I have to go back into a saw, I'll find that that anaerobic, and just like anything, it seals up really, really nicely. So this ran, you saw it. You know, I got a warm cylinder in my hand. Oof. Yeah, the cylinder's toast. Let me take a look at this. I don't know. Looks like we lost some plating, and that's where it started. That ran. With one lower ring. Where all this ring material went, I don't know. Oh wait, I think I know where all the ring material went. It all bounced around in here. No screen there, so it was all free to eject and leave the building. You know, we looked down at the crankcase, not a lubrication issue. Yeah, got a nice little lip of oil film. Not as much intake damage as I thought. You'd normally see some more scratches with that much debris in the intake from wow, that's that baffle. Look at that. I didn't even look at the back side of this. That's pretty rough. Pretty rough. Oof. Yeah, they blew it out. Ouch. Crank's nice and tight. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this cylinder though. There's a, here, let me grab my flashlight. Plating started to lift there. Now I did some performance work on this saw maybe 2 years ago, and maybe the chamfer finally wore out. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I know I wouldn't have chamfered it that wide. Here, let me get in there and show you. That was probably the beginning of the end right there. Combustion chamber, you know, that ain't hurt. But that gouge from right there goes all the way up to the top. So whatever let go right there, you know, and this isn't horribly widened. Got a little crown to it. And again, this saw has been worked hard for at least 2 years. So it's hard to say if I'm truly at fault here. But I can't believe that ran with no top ring and part of the piston absolutely missing. But it did. I'll see if I got a spare 461 cylinder laying around, and we'll meet in the middle on this one. Let's look at that intake. Yeah, you can see where the dirt's starting to work on that plating. I'll take you in just a little bit tighter. there. So there's, you know, and you typically see this on concrete saws. But like I said, I'm pretty surprised there's not more damage on this piston on the intake side. You know, the dirt on there is from me and my greasy fingers and everything else. But wow. No crumbs down on the bottom end. I'll spin this over by hand freely, but just thought you'd enjoy seeing that. That's pretty rough, but it ran. It ran. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.